Have the power.
Oh, dang it. I didn't record mine, did I?
No.
Aw.
Okay, Saturdays. This is a new thing. Joy kind of started this and it was really fun. We did it a couple weeks ago, and so we actually had quite a few people on this Saturday. We are having coffee talk Saturday mornings at 9 a.m. And legit, you guys, we just come and we hang out and we talk about whatever we want to talk about, whatever, like, it's literally you're just sitting around having coffee with some friends. That's what
It
it
was
is.
so
And
fun.
it's super fun. Just really laid back, just hang out, whatever comes up, any random questions, that kind of thing. It's a
Oh, good.
really kind of, if you have people that you want to bring into our community, be like, hey, do you just want to come hang out with us? And we have this fun little coffee talk thing. You don't have to have coffee. You can drink water. And we're gonna hang out. And then so that's 9 to 9:30. And then at 9:30, we go into our opportunity call for 15 minutes. And that's gonna be essentially every Saturday from here on out until we decide to pivot. So another thing to invite people to and to come show up for. Okay. All right, so now this is the nitty gritty. Okay, so I am trying to create every simple system possible to help us share, to help us duplicate, to help us grow faster, stronger, quicker, all of those things. One thing I have recognized is the conversation flow of helping people, like sharing with people, helping get them started. We're having a lot of hiccups. People are struggling there a bit. So I super rough drafted this 2 days ago. Maybe I did yesterday. Did I do this yesterday? I think it might have been yesterday. But essentially, I'm going to open it up as well, showing you what, oh, not that one. I got to find it. Okay, there we go. This is going to be for you guys, but this is also for anyone that you want to help get started, to teach them how to flow a conversation of, hey, I'm interested. Okay. I'm also going to be uploading this to our website, my website, my personal website. You guys know that I have that business resource piece. I'm going to upload it in there. And this is, I'm sure, going to get edited. I'm not here for pretty. I'm here for get it done. So you guys can see.
Get her done.
This is not about pretty. Okay, you guys see it? It says conversation flow. I'm head nods, thumbs. Yeah, okay,
There.
great.
Sorry. I was looking at it and not paying attention.
Is it big enough? Do I need to like
I
zoom
can
in?
see it. It's good.
It's good. Okay. Okay, so this is, the first thing, someone expresses interest that they want to learn about plexus. It doesn't matter if they asked you or you asked them, they're interested. Okay. I'm excited to chat over this with you. Are you open to sharing your top 3 goals? So the very first thing, we always don't just, they're like, yeah, tell me more. You don't start vomiting anything on them. You need to find out what they're here for. So the very first thing is, what are your top 3 goals or transformations you'd like to see take place? Figure out why they're here. This goes the same for a business conversation too. Like Joy asked me, Joy has someone interested in the business. She's like, what do I say next? I'm like, well, don't start vomiting Plex's business on her. Ask her what she wants to know. What do you want to know about the business? I'll share that. Okay, so they tell you what their goals are. And you're going to ask how it's showing up in their life and also relate to them. I always tell you guys, you need to relate to what they're saying. You want them to feel like they're not some super psycho alien out here, that they're the only ones that have ever been bloated before. Like, oh my gosh, girlfriend, I used to be bloated all the stinking time. It was awful. Okay, so you're going to tell a snippet of your story here because you're relating to them. If you can't relate to anything they're saying, you talk about how you saw how it affected somebody else, because no matter what they say, you're gonna be like, oh, I know someone that used to be like that and it was awful. So you're basically sharing a testimony here without actually sharing a testimony. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Okay, so this is actually, part of this is me literally copying and pasting a conversation that I was having with a lady that I signed up today, just an FYI. Okay, so hey, thanks for sending me your goals. Curious, how do you feel this is affecting you in your everyday life? This is where you start talking about yourself. I know for me, when I was exhausted and bloated all the time, I was not showing up as my best self. I was easily agitated, felt uncomfortable in my skin, and spent a lot of time sitting around instead of doing like I usually do. Okay. Her response back was, yeah, that's exactly how I feel. You want them to get into that feeler and then to feel how crappy they feel and then to go like, I don't want to sit here anymore because we're about to give them hope. Okay. So they're going to respond with how it's affecting them. And once again, we're relating, we're empathizing with them. And you're going to share that you know this will help them. Like there's I think this could be helpful. No, this is what they need. You have no doubt whatsoever in your mind that they need Plexus and it is going to be, I keep calling it the home run. Okay. This is where we're going to use a third-party tool and send a video. We got multiple different videos. If they're sitting there telling you how depressed they are, how they have really bad anxiety, they never leave the house, send them the gut brain connection video. You guys, all of them, I get off of YouTube. There's also a crap ton on the Go app. There's a really good one from Dr. Hartman on the Go app too, with the balance combo that you can send if they're like, I've got to lose weight. So find a video to send to them. And then here's some example verbiage. This definitely sounds like you're doing with this is verbiage, like I said, from my conversation. What she was telling me, I was like, oh, you've also got inflammation in your system because you're feeling super weighed down. I've been there before too. I'm relating again. Everything feels harder. This is going to be a home run for you. This is a short video on the triplex, which you'll want to combine with the reset. She was super interested in the reset. That's why she started messaging me. Okay. So I'm bringing that back up. It'll be your daily system outside of those 3 days of resetting. Give this a quick, I don't know why that says update. Give this a quick watch. I'm going to edit that. Hold on. And let me know your thoughts. Okay. So I'll always ask a question. There's always a question that they're going to respond to. Also, when I want this to go as quickly as possible, so I'm asking as few questions as possible to get this going. A lot of the times we could ask like, hey, if I send you a video, will you give it a watch? Do you have a minute now to watch it? I don't even want to go through that right now. I just like, here's the video, watch it. Okay. That's my thought process here is I want to get this conversation as quickly as possible. And after you send it, you can wait 5 minutes and say, hey, did you get a chance to watch it? If they haven't yet, they're going to tell you. Like, then you can say, when are you going to have time? We can connect then. Okay. Okay. So they're going to respond with how they related to the video. Emphasize again that this is the home run. And it's going to do all the things that they're looking for. And this is, I want you to make sure that you mention overtime. Tiffany, you probably saw that I did that with, who are we talking? Jeanette? You're muted. And I'm in a three-way message with one of Tiffany's girls right now. And, I basically said like this. Am I right?
Yeah, with Jeanette.
Jeanette. I'm really impressed that I remembered her name. But I said, if you give this the right amount of time, it will work. Like I'm always trying to make sure that they are realistic with these expectations. She said something about, I've tried a whole bunch of other things. And I was like, hey, I get being skeptical. I was too. This works every time, as long as you give it the time to work. Okay, where am I? It's gonna deliver their results. Then you send over, they're like, yeah, they saw all the stuff that we do. This is my time where I send over the product recommendation. Okay. And I like to talk a little bit about what the product, instead of I drop a graphic here, but I talk briefly about what that product is or what it's going to look, what their daily routine looks like. So that's what you say here. Yeah, you can read it, but I'm mentioning how gut health is super important, game changer. I know we have exactly what you're looking for here. Once again, home run. It's going to deliver results as long as you give it the time it deserves. We're not a quick fix thing here. We're about true long-term results that last. As for what would be best for you to support your bloating. So once again, I'm talking about what her health goals are. I'm reminding her again, this is your issues. This is how we're going to fix it. Okay. It's going to be a knockout of the park. It has the triplex that you watch the video on, and this is what your routine looks like. Drink in the morning, couple capsules at bed. So they're starting to visualize, this is how I do it. This is what my life is going to look like now. I'm going to have a drink in the morning. I'm going to take these capsules before I go to bed. Oh, I can totally do that. Done. And then talking about the 3-day reset, pick your 3 days that you're going to do it. And it's super cool because you don't have to worry about cooking or meal prepping. So easy. Okay. Then I asked, do you feel like this covers all the bases, or am I missing something here? They're going to probably be like, no, that looks great. Or, I'm not so sure I really need help with this. Oh, well, we could do this in addition to, or this instead, that would be where you pivot, but they're more likely to be like, no, that looks like it does everything. Then you can, hey, I've got a big discount code for you. This is what the price is. And then I sell all the other things. We'll get you plugged into our support community. Our app has recipes and movements and workouts to help you start seeing those results that you're wanting. And then we're talking, we're in the middle of a conversation. Can I call you right now? I'll help you get started. I want them to order as quickly as possible. Every moment that goes by is them rethinking, should I do this? Okay.
Right.
As quick as possible. If I can't get them on the phone right then and there, I set the time and date right then and there. I'm not free right now. Okay, how about in 2 hours? How about at 5? I give them another time option. So this is my quick and dirty. Does anybody have any questions on it? Do we feel like this is helpful?
Yes.
So helpful. Thank you so much. I know what to say, but when I start talking, it's like my mind goes blank. So to have something to just look at and be like, oh yeah, we need to touch on these things. I know what I'm supposed to do. It just leaves.
Yeah.
That's why I have
So
a
this is
problem.
awesome.
Obviously, this is not a copy and paste because it's
Yeah.
going to depend on the conversation. But this
Yeah.
is a real good guide. Like I
Mhm.
gave you the guide for it to plug into. So that is okay. So I made that. Okay. I'm going to upload that. Okay. Second thing that I made is our product follow-up and also a business follow-up. So this is something that I'm starting to implement. I'll be straight with you guys. I usually send messages and ask people if they want to check out Plexus. And if they don't respond, then I'm just like, all right, fine. I will sometimes keep building that relationship depending on who it is and try and come back and loop back. But I typically don't track and pay much attention to the people that I've asked. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, so I send the ask and then I kind of peace out. So
But do you
I
write
am
it
no,
on your daily log of who you contacted so you could go back that way?
so
That's
that's
kind of
what
what
I'm
I
doing
do.
now.
Okay.
Yeah. And I have their names written down and I usually have a system where I'll put a check mark next to their name, but I don't usually follow up unless they're like, hey, tell me more. I am interested. Okay, so I'm changing that and I'm going to have you all change that. But this is also, even if they do respond, this is also, if they respond, they're interested, this is also a way for you to follow up of, those people that just take 8 years for them to finally decide that they want to do the products with you. This is a little bit of a system. So what the timeline looks like is you send them a message like, hey, I love this stuff. You should check it out. And they don't say anything. 3 days later, you send a message. They still don't say anything. 10 days later, you send a message. They still don't say anything a month later. So you can see how it breaks down. So it's not a 1 month. So it's 2 months from the last time you messaged them. And then another 2 months from the last time you messaged them. And ideally, you're going to be building a relationship outside of just these messages. You're going to be interacting in them in other ways besides, hey, you still haven't talked to me about plexus. Okay. So don't think you're only messaging them about plexus. There's also going to be like, oh my gosh, I saw little Tommy graduate from kindergarten. That's so exciting. Where's he off to next year? Okay. So hopefully you're not just spamming them plexus over here. But this is going to give you, I have 10 follow-up messages for you. Okay. So here's an initial reach out. Also it says if they engage and stop responding, relax. Totally normal, guys. Totally normal. And this is me, like really meaning that's normal. If they stop responding, you're going to go back into this follow-up timeline. Okay. If they respond and they're like, yeah, tell me more, then you're going to start going into the the flow that we just had, right? Okay. So, your initial reach out, I know we haven't had a chance to even, I need to check spell check. I think that says I'm going to go back to my notes on that one. I'll keep this brief. If you're like me, you're super duper busy. Anyways, I've been using and loving some natural plant-based products for several years now, and I love getting to introduce other women to them. They have helped me with conquering sugar cravings, having sustained energy, and ditching my bloat. I have no clue if this is something you'd be open to or not. I need to finish that. Hold on. There we go. I told you this is rough draft, guys. Okay. Message number 2, and this doesn't necessarily need to be in this order, and I'm going to talk about that in just a second. You're checking back in. Hey, Samantha, did you guys have a fun weekend? Ours was filled with, so you're just going to be like, this is kind of shooting the breeze. Ours was filled with brunches and church, so it was good. I know life is crazy busy. I can barely manage to save both my legs at the same time. So I wanted to pop in and see if you've had a chance to check out my last message. This is you normalizing that life is busy. I message people all the time and I'm like, so you probably read my message and a kid ran in and started screaming and like the house was burning down and really there was a fly. And so you forgot to respond. And they're like, yeah, that's basically what happened. I'm like, yeah, my life. Okay, so that's the next one. Okay, so next one says offer a sample. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I don't really offer a sample unless there is skin in the game, is what I like to call it.
Right.
Okay. Typically, when I do some kind of sampling thing, they have to buy the samples because that's their skin in the game. I did send a couple samples to one of my friends I've been talking to a while that is super interested, and we've gone through all the things, had all the conversations. I feel confident that she's going to order at some, I know she's going to order at some point in time. And she commented on one of my giveaway posts last month. And I was like, you know what? I actually am okay sending her a sample because I feel like I am going to get that investment back. Okay. I don't just send random samples because I know that people, if they may be like, oh yeah, sure, Michelle's going to send me something to drink. Whatever. They don't really know what they're saying yes to. There's no skin in their games. It's going to sit on their counters. I've literally had people be like, I think my kids threw them away. I'm like, great.
Yep.
I'm so happy. I spent $8 on your garbage. And they're they don't care. They don't care that they threw away your money. When I'm over here like, that was really rude. Okay, thanks. So this is something where you get to decide where that sample offer comes in. But that is another kind of follow-up. Invite to an event. Cool thing. We got events happening all the stinking time. Okay, I'm not going to read through all of these messages. You guys can do that. But this is invite them to some event that we're having. Okay, it can be a Zoom call or stories of hope, whatever. Another follow-up is sharing a discount or a sale of some kind, which we always have something going. So like we just had the free resets. Before that, we had the free bags of Slim. Like there's always something that like, hey, we've got this amazing sale. Would you be open to hearing about it? It's
Sweet
going to help with
16.
right, Sweet 16. And honestly, oh, I forgot to talk about the BOGOs. The BOGO right now, I know it's a little hard because you don't know how fast it's going to go. And so you might message someone and then, 5 minutes later, it's sold out. However, like, hey, do you want 2 containers of collagen for 2 months of collagen for $44? Like, that's a freaking deal.
Yeah.
So that could totally be a reach out of like, well, I could totally use of like, hey, saw my mug cake. I can hook you up for $44 for 2 months supply of it. So sailor discount. This one I love, love, love. You take that offer away. So I'm going to read through this one because I love doing this one. So it says, I feel like I'm filling up your message box. It could be you're busy or got sidetracked. Happens to me all too often. I also know that it could be that you're feeling a bit hesitant because of some questions you may have, or maybe it's not the right timing for you. I hope you know you can tell me that. I want you to experience the health goals and victories that so many of my friends have, but I know it will happen for you when you're ready. Shoot me a message or a voice message and tell me what you're thinking. I can totally take you off my list for now. So like they can respond of like, yeah, I'm just not ready. Okay, I'll take you off my list. No big deal. But they'll probably be like, oh no, I'm just trying to figure out how we're going to make this work. Or I'm just not sure about this, or I'm just really skeptical. And then you can address their objections from that point. Invite. So this is here, invite to do a 3-day sample. This is what I was just talking about, of their skin in the game. I sell them for 3-day sample, $20. Here you go. Okay. So that's them. I'm not spending any money on it. They're buying their own little samples.
I like how you just bumped it up to 25 because honestly, it costs like $5.16 for shipping, just for sticks.
So
You know?
actually the reason I did that was because I was going to do 9 sticks of so 3 of all of them. That's the reason
okay.
I did that, to be honest with you. But no, I've given a couple people the option. I've messaged them. I'm like, it's $20 for 6 sticks or $25 for 9. So you get 3 sticks for all 3 days. So that's why I did that. But you guys can sell them for whatever you want. I don't care. People are gonna buy them. Sure, go for it. Okay, the next message, health testimony. I would honestly probably move this up. If you know anything about them, like what they're struggling with, or even if it's like this says, you might relate to this girl. She's a busy mom of 4. You can send them a testimony knowing nothing about what their health goals might be. Or it could also be a business testimony as well. Like you would be a home stinking run of this. Come check this out. We're specifically talking products here, but just an FYI. Okay, corporate challenge or time of the year. So this specific message talks about it being like Christmas and New Year's is coming. And so it's like, hey, I don't know about you, if you've started thinking about what you're going to be doing for the new year, but I did. This is kind of what we've got going on. Would you want to come try? Right now, this would be a great, summer's coming. I want to feel good. So I'm not sitting around feeling like poop and not putting on that swimsuit this summer. This is what I'm doing. Do you want to come do it with me? Okay. Next message is share a personal health victory. So this is you kind of breaking on yourself. Like, hey, hesitated to send this to you because I know we have only connected sporadically, but I said, what the heck? Maybe she needs to know this, or someone or know someone that does. So I started this health journey. This is what it's done for me. I really want you to do this with me, and the investment is so worth it. What do you say? Okay. Okay, so those are a bunch of different follow-ups for you. I just gave you the mother load. Okay, then we go to a business follow-up. So one of them is sending a testimony, like I was just talking about. Like she's a teacher just like you, super successful. Do you feel like you relate to this at all? Another one is calling out their potential, like going back and say, these are the things I see in you. I'm dying to see what you would do with this. And then also I always do this after an event. So after leaders retreat, after convention, I even do this after like the line events or the mastermind retreats and stuff I go on. I'm hanging out with Plexus people. I message people and I say, I was looking around the room and I saw you in this space. You are incredible. What you would do here would be incredible. I can't stop thinking about it. Okay, so this is also kind of, you could do this after our retreats that, just the retreats that I put on for us, that kind of thing. So, there's a whole bunch of follow-up stuff for you. I know we're like just after 8 o'clock. I am going to proofread that one for sure. And I'm going to stop sharing. I'm going to proofread that one and get it uploaded. Is there any way we can get these docs? Yes. Yes.
Awesome.
Kirsten, I'm going to be uploading them to my website for you guys. Also, so on there, I want to point, actually, I'll show you again. I'm going to show this real quick. And I don't know if I even have my website. I think it's on one of my tabs. I can't see anything on here. Okay. So this is my website, right? You guys it should look familiar to everyone because I've sent it the link who knows how many times. This workbook and this messaging Bible has so many message ideas. So all you really need is actually, I think I have them open. Here's one of them. So these have reach out messages galore, sharing with someone for the first time. Look through these, start sending. You've got, yeah, I think you can copy and paste straight from that. Okay. You got tons of message ideas. And then also this is like messaging Bible galore over here. That's first contact. This is literally getting to know someone. So when you add someone, you can send a message like that. This is a little bit more about like asking them if they want to check out Plexus. Anyways, all of this. So that you have that already. These tools to send your messages. Then we have the guide on they're interested. This is how you follow up with them, or not how you have the conversation with them. I'm going to stop sharing again. And then we have the guide of this is how you follow up. There's also, actually, I'm going to share again because I'm going to make sure you guys know that this is there for you. Customer care. Someone signs up, you get this cool little guide. You click get, I clicked it. Get guide. Okay. You have your follow-up system, which is every message for the first 90 days to send to them. Okay. And you also, shoot, that's gonna, hold on. I got it. This Zoom is in the way. I get so many messages on so-and-so has these issues going on. They're pooping too much, or they're not pooping enough, or they're not losing weight, or they're blah, 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 blah. You guys, that this literally walks you through it. All of it. Having loose bowel movements, they're constipated, having heartburn from metaburn. That's normal. Headaches from reset. All the things to help them. Detox video, Candida die-off symptom tracker. You guys know we have all this? Do you guys know I paid for all this to be done for you? So, it's all there. I feel like we should be crushing now.
I seriously feel like I want to make myself, and I just got a bunch of paper delivered from Amazon, like legit an old school binder with tabs. and so I can just sit here and flip through it. Like, it would be so, it's awesome to have the computer as well, but just to be able to sit here and look at it, like our
Yeah.
tracker that we did.
Yeah.
So nice. So
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah. I would do
Dollar
that.
Tree has super cheap binders.
Yeah.
I have a few that I was like, I just need to donate them. I'm like, I've got one sitting on my table over there. So
I
I'm
have
all
a
set. I
free,
even have page, like those
the hole
plastic page
punch.
things. Yeah,
Perfect.
I've
Yeah.
got it all.
I would do that, but I would also like save all this, because the cool thing
Oh,
about
yeah.
a lot of this is you can copy and paste it, so
Yeah.
you don't have to retype it. Obviously you can voice
Definitely.
message it, but a lot of this, like part of the reason I have this not all prettied up, like the follow-up and the, well, you're gonna have to make your own with the conversation piece, but it's so you guys can copy and paste it.
Yeah.
Because I know how much easier that is. Make it your own always, but the copy and paste is just an easier piece of the puzzle. Okay, there was, I'm clicking on so many different things. Oh, last thing, I promise. Okay, so I came up with this genius, this comes to me all the time. So Sapphire, you guys all know Sapphire is the next big goal here. Well, this month I want 2,000 points, but that's what we're growing towards, a Sapphire team. Sapphire is literally double Emerald. So we have 1,500 points, we're going to 3,000 points. How do you do this? And this all happened, like we talked about this last month too, with the friendship bonus, with the +1, all of that. If every single person on the team gets one buddy, we would go Sapphire this month. One. And I'm fully aware not every single one is going to get one. However, some people are going to get 3. Some people are going to get 6. So if it all balances out to an average of everyone gets one person, we would go Sapphire this month. And I'm not like, Elise is going to go Ruby.
Hello?
Tiffany's going to go Gold.
She froze. Why?
Am I frozen?
Mm.
No? I think it's you, Kirsten. Kirsten's going Gold. Like, we're all, Deidre's going to almost be senior Gold over there. So, and that's literally every single person gets one. So I was like, why don't I just ask? Just straight ask. I'm not going to beat around the bush. I'm just going to straight ask. So I've asked one person so far. She's been a happy customer for a while. I've tried to get her to share umpteen times, and she honestly never really responds. So I straight sent her a voice message, and I said, I set this goal out to help every one of my customers get one buddy this month. And I'm curious if you'd help me with this. You can either put up a post that I'll send you, or send out a message to 3 people and I'll also send you that message. Which one would you prefer? And she messaged me back, you guys. I'll do both if that helps.
Wow.
Like,
Hallelujah.
yes. So that, like, my plan is to message every single one of my customers this month and ask them that. And I do have a copy and paste that I'll put it in the chat here so you guys can see it. This is basically exactly what I sent to her. You're going to want to voice message it, or you're like, none of you guys have Lisa doesn't count. This is not like an automated, this is like you're showing up, you're saying like, this is my goal. And then I basically made I have one post and one message that I sent to her today that I'll share too. But I'm like gonna straight go for it and just say, hey, would you help me? Worst case scenario, I get a no. So, that's something we're going to be working on this month too. And I don't want you guys to filter with anyone. You're going to ask every single one of your customers. Everyone in? Cool. Great.
Can you, that last thing that you just put in the chat, the message that you're doing, can you pop it in one of our other chats so I can
Yeah,
screenshot
I'm
it?
Put it in
I'll
our
send
team
it
chat
all.
already,
Here,
Tiffany.
I'll
Oh,
just,
it is? Nice. Okay, thank you. I just know that's usually the chat disappears when you watch the recording.
here, I'll put it in. That's what I have. I just put it in our 2K chat. And I'll be working on, I lied. Everyone in the 2K chat, almost everyone here. IPA sheet. This needs to be filled out every week. And I'm doing a giveaway. Nobody did their homework last week. Called everybody out. Nobody reported their homework. You don't have to necessarily fill this out if you have a system that's working already. If you don't have a system that's working already, if you don't have a system that's working, you have to fill this out. Okay? This is part of the 2K homework. You have to do 5 days a week. And quite honestly, this should take you 30 minutes or less. If you do it right, you only have to reach out to 10 people and follow up with 10 people in a week. In a whole week, not every day, just in a week. So it's nothing crazy. This is holding you accountable. That's what this is. I know a lot of us are doing the work. This is just holding you accountable. So, all right, I'm done.